Okay, I'm gonna do a brief teardown of the JVL Vortex machine. I know a lot of people online have in forums in the past few years asked questions about how to take it apart. So I'm just gonna do it. Hopefully the video is close enough. I'll turn this to show you the insides as we go along. So first, taking off the cover. You may have these wires running in different places. Just be careful not to pull anything out, and take pictures of where everything is before you unplug anything. The container to catch the coins. This is the area where the motherboard is. There's a serial and VGA adapter on the top. Let me turn this. I'm gonna unscrew these. And this is just like a regular old motherboard with serial ports. An old VGA connector. Depending on the motherboard, the connections might look different. They may be in a different order. This one has a network cable on the inside. This Velcro piece is actually the control for the monitor. Just gonna let that sit on the side. We have to take this off. There's two screws right here. I should probably mention, make sure the power's off and turn it on and off a few times to try to drain what's in there, but there still could be a charge in here, so be careful. This screw is a little hard to get. It was stuck under the plastic. This is the power supply. Be careful touching this, but it's under this piece of aluminum or piece of steel, so it shouldn't be so bad. We don't need to take this out yet. This is what we're looking for. It's held by a nut on the top here. I didn't get the proper wrench, but this should be okay. And usually they're held by locking washers. So once you get that unlocked, you should be able to just hand turn it. Now this box is what most people have said that they have trouble taking out. This one's a little tricky because it's wedged against the power supply and there's a bunch of cables that are connected to it. So once again, take a picture of everything. I already know where everything is, so I'm just gonna take it apart. And don't just pull the cables out. I'm actually pushing against the latches for the connectors. And that last one I don't have to take out. Okay, so if you see, this starts to come loose. Let's get this out of the way. Then there's this here, the coin acceptor. So you see this is hitting this, so that means this is in the way. This is a little tricky. There's actually a plastic piece that comes out of the metal. There's a latch right here, and also there's a kind of like a push for the coin. So we need to push this latch up out of the way, and this slides off. So you see this metal piece here is hitting that. There's a nut here. You can see that. And when that nut is removed, this can slide. Comes out. Now there's nothing here. This whole thing can come this way. And this has to clear that bolt. Once that happens, this whole thing, be careful not to cut yourself on the edges, can slide. And slowly clear this metal edge. See that just cleared the power supply. And then there's the power cord right there. Be careful not to touch the bottom. This is the motherboard I'll show you. This is just like a PC or ATX motherboard and power supply. So this board comes out. One thing to be careful is, if you look on this side, there are screws that hold the plastic against the metal. I think there shouldn't be a screw here. If there is, take it out, because that is going to hit this compact flash card, and it's never going to get flush. You're never going to be able to get it back in. So if you do ever take this off, don't put a screw here. Now, let's take a look at this side. Here's the bill acceptor mechanism and the holder for the bills. There's a blue latch here. Push that, take this whole thing out. Take off this cable. And this is where the security chip is. There's a nut up here. And then this slides out. Again, make sure you know where all these cables are. Before you take it off, take a picture bill acceptor has a bolt here, and I believe one on the side. This one has looks like a ground wire, so make sure you put that back. Oh, the one on the side is not for the bill acceptor. So this now slides out. And there's a connector here. I'm going to take it off. The power supply, I'm not going to take it apart right now. There's actually just 2 bolts and the nuts and bolts on the side here. This cover comes off, or slides forward and comes off, and then the power supply is bolted down or screwed down on each of the 4 corners. Not going to focus on that. The thing most people have wondered about is the screen. If you look here, there's a nut and bolt here. There's one down here. There's one up in each corner. Once you take those 4 out, this whole screen will just pull forward. You have to be careful not to pull any of these wires, so you need to let these drop a little bit. And remember where they come out of. Now, your machine may be different than this one. Just remember where they came out of. Take a picture so that you can put it back again together. One thing of note down here, there is some controls for the touch screen and the VGA screen. Just be careful not to damage those boards when you pull this forward. And that's the breakdown of the JVL Vortex.